In the dim light of the living room, laughter mingled with tension as the game began. A colorful board sprawled before hungry players, each piece representing desires and fears. Friends and family clashed over choices that would determine their fate. Yet beneath the laughter, a chilling reality lurked, revealing a deeper truth about sacrifice and strategy. With every roll, they discovered what it truly meant to play Burrito. You ever have a memory that felt like pure love until you grew up and realized it was actually trauma? When I was 6 years old, I was what you'd call a handful. I had so much energy, it felt like my skin couldn't even hold it all in. My dad, he worked construction, and he'd come home exhausted. Every night, right before the 7 o'clock news, he'd look at me and say, "Buddy, is it time for the human burrito?" I would scream with joy. It was my favorite game. He'd take 3 of those heavy, scratchy wool army blankets and lay them flat on the floor. I'd lay down and he'd roll me up, so tight I could barely move my arms. Then he'd tuck the ends under my feet and sit on the edge of the couch, right where my legs were, and rest his heavy work boots on me. I'd giggle, feeling all snug and safe, like a caterpillar in a cocoon. I thought he was just giving me the best, longest hug in the world. I'd usually fall asleep, right there on the rug, feeling protected. Last Thanksgiving, I brought it up. I laughed and told my wife how sweet it was, that he'd play that game just to calm me down. The room went dead silent. My mom looked at her plate and her voice. It was barely a whisper. She said, "Honey, your father didn't want to play. He just wanted to drink his whiskey in peace, and he couldn't stand you running around the trailer." That's when it hit me. He wasn't hugging me, he was restraining me. He sat on my legs so I couldn't unroll myself, effectively paralyzing a 6-year-old, just so he didn't have to be a parent. Now, every time I see a heavy blanket, I don't feel safe. I feel suffocated.